Hello, everyone. Welcome to another daily Bible reading. Today, our reading is from the book of Acts, chapter 2, verse 4. All of them were filled with the Holy Spirit and began to speak in other tongues as the Spirit enabled them. As we know, this week we are studying a wonderful and extraordinary event, the day of Pentecost, the outpouring of the Holy Spirit. Yesterday, we gave some context, and it's important to emphasize that the descent of the Holy Spirit upon the disciples was a crucial moment in the history of the church. This fullness of the Holy Spirit empowered those disciples and continues to empower believers today to bear witness and proclaim the gospel. We see that there were visible signs there, such as speaking in tongues, a clear sign of God's presence in their lives. This moment marked the beginning of a new era in the church's history, also representing the universality of the Christian message, which from that moment on would be taken to all regions. However, some characteristics stand out in this text. It says that they were all filled with the Holy Spirit. In other words, the disciples were supernaturally empowered, something that did not come from themselves but from the Holy Spirit. As we know, the Holy Spirit is God, the third person of the Trinity, and he plays a vital role in the life of the believer. We've talked about this in previous readings, but it's always good to remember, the Holy Spirit is active today in this dispensation of grace. He convicts of sin and judgment, comforts us, guides us, and is the one who distributes spiritual gifts to the church. Among the most striking features of the text, we see that the disciples spoke in other tongues. An interesting parallel can be made with what happened at the Tower of Babel in Genesis 11. There, the confusion of languages brought division. Here, at Pentecost, the opposite happens. The disciples speak in languages they did not previously know, but the people around them heard and understood. They were speaking about the wonders of God. This shows how tongues were a fundamental and evident sign of the Holy Spirit's action. He was the one who enabled them to speak. And this event was so remarkable and extraordinary that, right after it, Peter begins to preach, and 3,000 souls are saved. Thank you so much for joining today's reading. If this content blessed your life, like the video, share it, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the upcoming readings. May God bless you and your household, and see you next time.